So, number 2, f prime of x would be equal to the first one times the derivative of the second one, which is 3x squared, plus the second one times the derivative of the first one. Simplify away, I get 6x to the third plus 18x to the third, whoops, plus 15x squared minus 12.
Wait, would that be 18x?
I did it wrong. 18x to the third.
Wait, what is the first? What? No, when you do 6x times 3x squared.
I did that one first. Let me do it in the right order. I was trying to be clever and get it done in one step, and that didn't help anybody. Okay, so let's go. That'd be 18x to the third plus 15x squared plus 6x to the third minus 12 would be a nicer way to do that. And then I've got 24x to the third plus 15x squared minus 12. And that would be my derivative, correct? Okay. Everybody start doing 3 and then 4 and then 5 run into 1. We have to do the hard way.
Oh, wait, how do I do this? Shoot. Squared. I mean, to the fourth, or 2x to the fourth power.
T to the 4/3 plus 1/3 t to the 4/3 plus 4/3 t to the negative 2/3. Again, feel free to use the power rule when you want to. Right? I mean, at some point, we're practicing to give me nice, easy problems because I don't want to mess you up right up front. But on this problem, if I gave you on a test, you don't have to use the product rule as long as you multiply them together to begin with, right? If you can multiply together, go ahead and do it. And if you can't, then you're forced to use the product rule.
I know you already said this, but when would you use the product?
2 things multiplied together, I can always use it. When do I have to use it? When I got like x cosine x, because I can't multiply this together and get a polynomial. Okay, so for example, number 5, we're going to have to use. We don't have a choice. Product rule has to happen. One plus the second one times through the first one. Cleaned up a little. Read good. Flip it over. On the back, you have another proof. I can walk you through this proof, but it's almost identical to the previous one, except it involves fractions, so therefore it'll probably take us longer to explain how to add fractions. But other than that, it's the same proof, right? So since it's virtually the same proof, it gets you a different answer, though, slightly. It says if you have the derivative with respect to x of f of x over g of x, you get something strange. You get the following. You get g of x times f prime of x minus f of x times g prime of x all over g of x squared. This is called the quotient rule. Why is it called the quotient rule? Mr. Leontiel. It's division, right? That's what we use the word quotient. We're describing division, right? So this is called the quotient rule. And number one thing you guys are going to mess up. G of x is on the bottom, right? You're going to want to move that to the top first. Right? That's what people forget. They forget the order of things, right? So it's the bottom to the top times the root of the top. So the bottom times the root of the top minus the top times the root of the bottom. All divided by the bottom squared. Good everywhere? All right, with that in mind, everybody try number 7. So the derivative of this would be, lift up the bottom times the root of the top, which is, Pecorino, 1, minus the top times the root of the bottom. What's the root of the bottom? 2x. All over x squared plus 1 squared. Now I'm going to go a little farther here. I got x squared plus 1 minus 2x squared over x squared plus 1 squared. And that's going to give me negative x squared plus 1 over x squared plus 1 squared. Notice something interesting. Did you see me FOIL the bottom? No. Welcome to calculus.
Oh, you don't need to?
You really should, but you don't need to.
But if you do,
Totally fine. Better. Better. But being better doesn't necessarily get you something that you don't get it wrong. Because they will mark you wrong if you bother to FOIL it and then you get it wrong. And by the way, foiling is what you have to do there, right? Okay. Got it? Got it? All right, blow through the ones on the bottom. Now we just need to press. Minus 7. So that would be 2t minus 7 times 2t equals, sorry, minus t squared plus 2 times 2 all over 2t minus 7 squared. So that'd be 4t squared minus 14t minus 2t squared plus 4. That should be negative, thank you. I'm like 3 inches off. I can't even get close. Okay, so I'm going to get even higher. There we go. Thank you. So I cancel out one of the x, but I didn't cancel out 3 of them.